Is this safer than this? While shaky stances on domestic abuse policies, suspension for marijuana use, nonviolent protests during the national anthem, and a handful of other issues have threatened the NFL as a league, one issue could potentially end tackle football as a sport. CTE, which is short for chronic traumatic encephalopathy, a disease that almost exclusively affects football players, slowly destroying their mental stability, has recently made its way into the national conversation as one of the biggest problems football is facing today. Which leads to the big question. Is there a way to prevent brain injuries caused by contact from one of the most intense contact sports on the planet? There may be a surprising answer. Helmetless football. Many people think so, and the idea, if implemented, could be one of the most drastic changes in history to America's biggest sport. But first, what is CTE? Repetitive hits to the skull, something that is sort of an occupational hazard for football players, damages the brain over time. Players diagnosed with the disease experience memory loss, impulse control problems, aggression, depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and eventually progressive dementia. The disease has such an effect on players that former NFL star Aaron Hernandez, who died while in prison at the age of 27, reportedly had a brain so damaged that it was akin to a 60-year-old's. Doctors familiar with CTE suggest that O.J. Simpson is dealing with the disease, which could explain his criminal history. Recent studies have even shown that CTE can affect players who were involved in the sport as early as high school. The NFL has gone from being moderately interested in researching this problem to cutting off all funding of CTE studies completely. The idea behind helmetless football is simple. If you eliminate helmets, then you deter someone from using their head as a weapon. This idea has become the thesis statement for one league, the A7FL. Eliminating helmets will change football completely. There is no denying that.
You could play an entire game in the A7FL and not hit your head one time. It is impossible to play a game of football with helmets on and not hit your head almost every single play. So it's the repetitive shots to the head that is supposedly causing this brain damage. And you're going to see, when you see these guys hitting in the A7FL, they're not leading with their head. They're coming in with their shoulders. They're avoiding the head contact because they don't have this great armor on their face.
It will make it softer, change up the speed of the game, and force coaches and experts to approach the sport completely differently. The question ultimately becomes, are American audiences willing to accept a watered-down version of the sport to protect the players? Do you think football can survive without the change? Let us know in the comment section. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to all of our pages to make sure you're getting that primo Cheddar content.